Hi everyone, how is it going? Today I'm going to show you how this Hummingbot deploy repo works. This is going to be the to-go way for new users to get started with Hummingbot, and also when you want to put your strategies into production, I would recommend you to learn how to include your strategies here and use it. So the first thing that we need to do is to clone the repository. You need to have Docker installed and up and running. As you can see, I have here Docker. So this is a thing that you need to do. So then go to a terminal. Let's go to the desktop, git clone this repo. So now we have here the deploy repo. So now we need to go cd deploy and now bash setup.sh. This is going to create an M file with some things that we need to have in order to run, because we're going to use Docker to spawn new bots. And also it's going to run these containers, dashboard, backend API, and Hummingbot broker. If you don't have the images downloaded, it's going to download the images and then you can just start. As you can see, the services are up and running. So we can go here to Safari and go to localhost 8501 for the dashboard, and we can go also to localhost 8000/docs, and this will open the docs of the backend API, so you can see here the routes that are available. The best thing about this is that you can start using this dashboard, but if you want, you can build just a custom UI on top of it. So, well, the first thing that we need to do is to connect the credentials. As you can see, by default, we need to use this master account, but you can add a new account like ASD, and this is going to create this ASD account. You can delete it. This is in case that you are managing accounts for other clients. Then what you need to do is to connect the credentials. So let's say that we're going to connect a master account Binance Perpetual. We need to put the Binance Perpetual API key. I have here in the other screen. So I will paste this here, and I will paste this one too, like this, and just connect the credentials. So once this is done, now we are going to see, if we refresh, we can see that the Binance Perpetual.yaml is here. So we have our credentials connected. Once it's connected, sometimes you need to wait 20 seconds or 30 seconds until it's decrypted and we are start querying the balances and everything. But if you go to this portfolio page, you can see the distribution of the assets that we have. So here you have master account, Binance Perpetual is the only exchange that we have connected. But if you have multiple exchanges, you're going to start tracking the balances in all the exchanges that you have. So as you can see, we have 64% of USDC and 36% of USDT. You can always press here to see this graph like greater, but well, this makes sense when you have more exchanges. Also here we have the portfolio evolution over time. We just connected this, so it's not changing, but if you have spot assets and you are trading, this is going to change. So you can see in USD how is your portfolio changing in the tokens that you have. This page is work in progress. I just added a few graphs, but it's going to get better over time. And also we are accepting suggestions from the community to see what you want to, how you want to improve it. Here, if we go to the PMM Simple page, you can see that, well, by default is KuCoin. This is because the US people usually don't have access to Binance. So the API of KuCoin is available to do backtesting. But well, I'm using Binance Perpetual, and we're going to use 100 Pepe USDC, since we have like 0 fees there. And well, total amount in quote, let's put $600. Here you have the stop loss cooldown period. This is if you have a stop loss, how much time you wait until you replace the order. You have an executor refresh time. This is 60 minutes, but you can lower down or make it greater depending on the type and frequency of the strategy that you are trading. Here we have a distribution of the orders for buy orders and for sell orders. As you can see, if I add an order, it's going to be adding a new order depending on the side. And we can also run, let's say, a backtesting to see how this works. The stop loss is 1%. We can put it, I don't know, 2% on 0.5. And with this, we can run the backtesting. Binance Perpetual is not available. It's perpetual. Yeah, I need to make a checkbox, a select box to avoid those issues. But yeah, now it's going to run the backtesting. As I always mention, for me, the backtesting is just an estimation of how your strategy is going to work. This one is going to work really bad, as you can see, but it will let you like analyze, okay, these parameters make sense or not based on the market conditions. How you can analyze this is the lines that are gray and with dashes are orders that you place and weren't filled, are these ones that are here. And the ones that are green are orders that we place, they get filled, and also they end up in a profit. And the ones that are red are orders that we placed and they up in a loss, either by stop loss or time limit. We have the three barriers: stop loss, take profit, and time limit. So, well, depending on that, you can have different outcomes. So let's test to have a logarithmic distribution of the orders. Let's put the start in 0.5% or lower, 0.2%, 0.2%. Let's change the distribution to geometric and geometric to here. Let's put a ratio of 1.5, so it's not too aggressive. Let's increase the number of orders to 5 orders. The good thing is that every time that I'm changing here the things, you can see the change on the order distribution. Let's increase the spread log base to a higher value, so it's closer to the mid price, and lower down the spread scaling factor. Well, now this looks more like a market maker distribution. You can backtest again. As more orders you put, the backtesting is going to take a little bit longer, but well, we are working on a few modules that are going to be not too much like dashboard based, more like notebook based, where you can run a backtesting on the background and run, I don't know, 2,000 experiments, let them run in the background, and then analyze which one was better. But I truly think that this visual component will let you like understand if it makes sense what you're doing or not. You can, well, here the bot was doing pretty well this part. Here you have the PNL. Here we did it very bad. But well, this is like the basic strategy that you have, doesn't have any intelligence or any signal. So well, it's like a machine that you can improve over time. I'm not going to improve this config. The idea is to show you how you can deploy it. But well, it's work for the home to start playing around with this. So as you can see, at the end we have here upload config to backend API. The config base is data bound, and here we have config tag 0.1. By default, every time that you start with a new strategy, it's going to suggest this name. You can change it if you want, and the tag starts in 0.1. So let's say that we like this one. We can go here and press upload. This is going to upload the config to the backend API. So if we refresh, now instead of, if we start from a default config again, you will see that it starts from future bot. So what if we want to make an improvement on a variation of the previous config? We just go here and check this box, and now as you can see appears data bound. Now we are trained on Pepe again, and the spread distribution now is manual. You will ask, why is manual if before was logarithmic? Well, the thing is that when we dump the configuration, the spreads is a raw list. So to reconstruct that, we are changing that to a manual distribution. So well, that is one thing that you need to be aware of. Well, let's say that now we would like to change the take profit to 1%. So we go there. We can run the backtesting again to see how it looks like. And well, One thing also to mention is that the trading stop is not taken into consideration for now in the backtesting, but Emerald Odin, one of the community members, is adding that soon, so will be available. Well, the performance is worst with this config, but well, you can here analyze the number of take profit, the stop loss, the time limit, and so. Well, let's say that we would like to upload this config to is databond 0.2. So we are going to upload it. By default, always increases the second number of the version by 1. And if we would like to add another one, you will see that we can start from 0.2 or from 0.1, but we'll always put 0.3 here. Well, let's say that now we would like to deploy these strategies. So in order to do that, we can go here to the deploy tab. The first thing that we need to do is to put the instance name. I will call it bot1. Then you have the Docker image that you would like to use. If you use a custom image, you can just change it here. It will recognize all the images that has Hummingbot. And then the credentials, if you have a different account, you can just pick another account from here. Then you need to pick the control configs that you would like to deploy. This is much more better than before because you can run multiple configurations in the same trading pair. And in the previous version, you can just run like one strategy per bot, and here is that you can reuse the order book, the candles and everything, and run variations of the other configuration and see in the live bot which ones are better. So once you pick the controllers that you want, you just press here launch bot. This will start original Hummingbot instance like the one that you know from V1. You can check it always by going to the terminal and run docker ps. See that we have here this Hummingbot 13 seconds ago. You can just docker attach this one, and well, as you can see, it's already running. But the default way of seeing now, because you don't want to enter and attach to each instance to see the results, the performance and everything, that's why we created this instances page where you can see the liquidity placed. As you can see, we placed 1.2k USD on the book, how much volume we trade, the net PNL in percentage and in dollars. This net PNL in percentage, don't worry if it's not matching with the exchange because it's a different metric. This net PNL percentage is the net PNL in quotes divided by the volume traded. So it's like the PNL over volume, because it's very difficult to see the PNL in percentage because the account can be used for different bots. So, well, and then the unrealized PNL and the imbalance if you have more longs open than shorts and so. Then here you have a tab for error logs. Usually you would like to see if there is any error and take actions on that. And the general logs that are the normal logs of the bot. We can see the bot playing in the exchange already. So we have the 20 orders as we expected. We were very close to fill one of the orders, but not too close. And well, that's mainly like the new way of deploying Hummingbot. As you see, it's really convenient, much more easier than before. Well, let's say another cool feature that we have is that, let's say that this controller is working really bad and you would like to stop it. Before you need to stop the whole bot. Now, as you can deploy multiple configs, you can say, okay, this one is not working very well. I can just click here and press stop. And this is going to, if we go to these general logs and we refresh, we'll see that the liquidity placed disappeared from here. Now we have only $600. If we go to the exchange, now we have 10 orders. So we finally have a bot that is dynamic. It's like you can start, stop it, change the configuration, start it again. So well, I think that is much more better than before, this way of deploying. And let's say that now you are good again, you change the config, you are good again with this bot. You can just press here and press start, and this will start the bot. This is not immediately. The bot reads the configuration every 20 seconds to see what has to start again. But well, now let's see that we have 1.2K again and 600 here. And if we go to the exchange, we have 20 orders again. So well, it's pretty good. Then one of the recommendations that I have is, let's say that now you are done with this, you don't want to run this bot anymore. Always that you stop the bot, try to go to the exchange and see if everything is shut down, because there can be probably some timeouts and problems in the middle of that we are going to solve over time, but we need the users to report those. But my recommendation always is to pick here, let's say stop this one, and now let's say that you would let's say that we want to stop this one. They are stopped when you see that the liquidity place is 0 here. So up to this time is not stopped. We need to wait. Now they are stopped. And once the two of them are stopped, you can then control the exchange and then stop finally the bot. Before I stop the bot, let me show you the file structure so we can end up and you have a good knowledge about how all of this works. So if we go here to desktop and deploy, let's open this in VS Code. These are the configurations that we have. So let me show you the file structure of the Hummingbot deploy. We have these compose files. One is to run the development version of the images and one for the main, the latest. And here the important things are in this bots folder. As you can see, we have here this archive folder that here we're going to see the bots that are archived. We have this conf folder where you can find the configuration of the controller that we just deployed. We have these controllers. This is in case that you would like to run or create a custom controller. This one is a PMM Simple, for example. As you can see, is 38 lines of code because most of the logic is in this market making controller base. Well, you have generic controllers, you have directional for, I don't know, let's say this one that is MACD and Bollinger. This is logic. You just need to return the signal, so it's very easy. And well, here you have the credentials. The master account has the credentials, obviously, that are encrypted, so they are not exposed. Well, the data here, we are dumping. This is the account state history. So here you have the units of tokens that you have over time, the value in USD, and all that stuff. Here in instances, as you can see, this is the bot that we just deployed. Always is year, month, day, hour, and minute. This is just to understand when that bot was running, and it's easier then to see on all the folders that you have archived when the bot was running. And here you have the conf, where you have the controllers config, the scripts and everything. The data that you have, usually the database and everything, and the logs. But let's say that now we want to stop this bot. That's why we have this archive folder. When we go here and press stop, this is going to send the stop command to the bot. So you will see the terminal winding down and everything. And then you can press here archive. This is the archive method. This is going to move the folder from the instances to archived. So then you have all your archive bots organized there. It also has the ability to compress. Well, this is more like an UX because the Docker is thinking that the bot is ready, but if you refresh, it will appear. You have sorry, I was saying about archived. We have the ability to compress and save everything compressed. And we also have the ability to send it to S3. For now, I would just recommend to stay with this non-compressed version because it's going to be easier to analyze the bots later on. But well, the possibilities are there. You can do whatever you want. The dashboard, as you can see, is public, is exposed in these ports. So one of the users told me that they are using Cloudflare to protect that. And I also working on a PR to add the streamlined authenticator back. This is going to be a login with username and password. But well, this version is not using that already, but well, it's going to be added soon. So well, to run it locally, you don't need it. If you want to run it on a server and you want to be secure, I recommend to use that. At the same time, the risk is not too much if you are trained on centralized exchange, because your API keys should only allow trading, not withdrawals. And the only thing that someone that hacks you can do is to trade. So I wouldn't worry too much. If you are trading on DEXs, that usually you need to use to expose your API keys and your seed phrase. I don't recommend it to do it without security, so be careful with that. And well, then we have another pages here, like download candles. Let's say that you want to download the candles for here. You can get the candles. Once the candles are there, you can just download the candles as CSV, and this will download the candles as CSV for you. And we have also like some community pages to see token spreads. I don't know, for this token for Avalanche, you can see the different exchanges and see the spreads and the bid-ask spread here and the volume traded. This is more for cross-exchange market making. Also, we have some pages for TVL versus market cap, some regressions. Well, this multi-chain. How is the distribution of the TVL? You can group by chain category or by category and chain to see liquid staking. Seems like liquid staking is taking everything. You can add more than one top protocol per category, and so well, this is more to analyze. But the main features or the main improvements of this release is the way that how you can easily create a config, save it, and start training on that config very, very fast. Well, I hope that you like it. Well, happy trading.